Formally, I would like to welcome John as well as Ramkrishna sir for joining this and sharing their time and expertise as well as knowledge about IEEE Collabratec. On behalf of IEEE Bangalore section and on my own behalf, I would like to welcome both of you. And friends, I would like to read a brief bio of John because most of you may be his friend on Facebook, but his professional expertise as well as what he has done, it is better that if we will go through that. So John is an IEEE senior member serving as director for member products and programs in support of the mission and goals of IEEE and geographic activities. John leads team responsible for the strategic planning, execution, and marketing of IEEE's member products and programs. In this capacity, John oversees strategic planning of next generation business and engagement platforms, including IEEE Collabratec and IEEE TV. He also supports volunteer and staff teams responsible for students, young professionals, and women in engineering. John has previously led IEEE membership development and served in the IEEE Standard Association as a product manager and manager of e-business. John began his career with New Mexico-based Reddy Corporation Limited, where he led the corporation's migration into collaboration-based software and internet-based services. He joined Santa Fe-based Sun and Sun Incorporation as its senior engagement manager, managing the development and deployment of Lotus Notes Domino's application. John holds an MA from the University of Maine and he presented at numerous IEEE meetings, the MGA board, and the IEEE board of directors. So John, I think after 2016, when we had our Region 10 SYWL Congress as well as 50 year celebrations, after a long time, we will be virtually meeting and our collaboration with respect to John is since then, in fact, before that, and Collabratec started after that, and then we found that as far as IEEE Bangalore section is concerned, the amount of vibrancy what we see in other domain, that kind of vibrancy we are not having in Collabratec. So looking into that, I thought that it is imperative for all of us to know about IEEE Collabratec. Not only student members, in fact, members as well as senior members and fellows also, it is very, very good if we really start using. It is the IEEE's own social network, you can say. And definitely, if we will try and start using it, it will be very, very good. In fact, IEEE Bangalore section was the first among any section to start its own Collaboratec community. But that time, uses and whereas applications were minimal. But I think now they have revamped it a lot, and John is continuously working on that, and they have initiated IEEE Badge initiative as well. So we would like to hear from John about all those initiatives and what are the new additions are there. So John, over to you. Please start.
Thank you very much, Puni, and thank you for everyone who has joined together. And Ramakrishna, great to hear your voice as well again. It's my distinct pleasure to be with you today and give you an update on the Collabratec platform. You know, Puni referred to Collabratec, is our network or version of a social network. As we'll see as we go through this really is a serious effort. It's not a social network in per se, in that folks aren't uploading their recipes and other things unrelated to our profession. This is really a targeted niche network for the IEEE. And as we'll go through the slides here, I'll give you some highlights on what's happened over time. One thing I do want to call attention the degree to which this program and this platform is a team. while I am here speaking today, rest assured there is a very committed team who has made all of this possible. And I present very humbly on their behalf, because there are a lot of individuals who have made this great work happen, starting with the board of directors who have believed in this and underwritten the program, as well as all of the team members behind on the mechanical, the platform side, the integration side. There is an extraordinary amount of systems integration that all contributes to personalizing the IEEE member experience on the platform. So it's great to be with you all, and why don't we just go through the slides and to give you an overview. I won't spend much time on this because my introduction before Punit Gabe went through this. I would like to call to the attention, though, that I have been very privileged to visit and support IEEE members and volunteers in Asia Pacific. A list of my attendance at various meetings, most recently the IEEE Region 10 Congress in Bali, Indonesia, and as was referred to before, the 50th anniversary of Region 10 back in 2016. I've had the wonderful opportunity and privilege to visit India, visit Bangalore, Hyderabad, and a really exceptional leadership in the country. And I want to thank you all, and exceptional leadership in the Bangalore section. Prior to getting into Collabratec, I think it's important to understand the overall context. The COVID-19 pandemic, everyone there is enduring this and taking appropriate action. I'm often asked, what is the status update in where I am here in New Jersey in the United States? And what I will share with you is, after 3 months of lockdown, yesterday the governor of the state basically opened up the state and rescinded the stay-at-home order so that individuals can start going out and resuming activities, certainly with all safety precautions, including masks and social distancing. Throughout this whole process, we have remained open as an organization. All of our operations have remained open to advance our mission, advancing technology for humanity. And I am pleased to report that we have done that with resilience and unwavering resolve. Our mission is so important, not only in general, but also specific to this challenge right now, that the entire staff at IEEE, our volunteer network, has remained open in the service of our members. And it's in this context that IEEE Collabratec has played a very unique role. And if I could just speak to that, there is no precedent for what has happened with COVID-19. And what we have learned and throughout this whole process is Collabratec as the platform is what's kept this membership worldwide connected, not only on a global scale, but also locally. For those who are not familiar with the platform, it is the only platform that unites our global technical community. There is no other platform in the marketplace that does it. Now, it uses tools that you see on other platforms, such as posting and liking. But this is a very special network, a very special platform, and we're able to provide this to bring together our membership around the world and personalize it to our members because of the deep integration with our course databases. And this platform is for our members to provide them continuity in a professional home throughout their stages of their career. It is open to non-members. Non-members are welcome to join us. They just need an IEEE account, and they are welcome to join the great efforts of this organization. At present, there's about 225,000 on the platform, 70,000 of which are IEEE members. This platform is truly global. It's inclusive of everybody throughout the organization. It has a very small d democratic structure, and that anybody can participate. Any member can pose a question from one part of the world, and from a different part of the world can receive a response. This is the first time that we have had this capability as an organization, and truly unites all the great talent and knowledge that exists in the organization. More recently, I'm pleased to announce a long-time objective was to recognize individuals for their participation, and pleased to announce that we launched that formally this spring at an opportune time with the badging capability of the platform, where now we can recognize individuals right down to the member level for their contributions to the community. And I'll go through that in some detail later on. I'm often asked, what are some of the common use cases for the platform? I've listed them down. I listed those use cases there. One thing I'd like to call to your attention, and we see this quite often, is locating references for senior member application. The great thing about Collabratec and the IEEE member directory is you can filter on members within your section who have senior member status, and it makes a very efficient and quick way to identify individuals who can be references for your senior member applications. I should say that it's not limited to your geographic activity. It's not uncommon on Collabratec to see someone requesting references and then a senior member from another part of the world respond very graciously to be a reference for them. And it's very humbling to see that it was this platform that made that connection between a member in need and a member who is willing to assist. We have examples of members on the platform who are collaborating and publishing papers. I received updates as recent as 2 weeks ago from a couple student members who are initiating final paper projects. They're looking for subject matter expertise to contribute, and they use the platform to pull together their papers for their eventual submission. And then to the heart of IEEE is subject matter experts in our fields of interest, and that is a very common use of the platform, connecting with those who share common interests, have a more advanced understanding of the technologies, and so that when they connect with these individuals, the discussion can start at a much higher level. Very pleased to report that our members from Asia Pacific utilize Collabratec the most. What I'm sharing with you before you is a sort of a pie chart. And for those who are not familiar with IEEE regions, R0 represents region 10, which is Asia Pacific. And then different slices, region 8 being Europe, Middle East, and Africa, R9 being Latin America, and then the various regions within the United States, as well as region 7, which is Canada. And when we look at member participation on the platform, we see that India is very well represented. It's an incredible network for our members in India, and I should say across many sections in India and extending out. So you should know when you come to this platform, if you haven't been involved in the past, you will find a very vibrant participation rate with our members from India. This is a section that's very important, and I think it's very important for all of our members as well as our volunteers to know. Though IEEE is an open platform and anybody is welcome to join, we also have exclusive and premium services that are available for IEEE members. Now, these privileges and benefits are automatically conferred. Collabratec recognizes the status of the individual when they log in, and it automatically provisions these premium services to those IEEE members. First and foremost is verified status within the trusted network of IEEE. On account of our deep integration with our core systems and our backends, IEEE members are duly recognized within the organization for their status. If you were to log in today, you would see this membership crest, which would identify your badge, your grade. That obviously blue, I'm a senior member, so there's a blue diamond there, but if you were a student member, you would see a green diamond, or a fellow, you would see a gold diamond. And this is all automatically updated. So as you progress through the organization, as your grade elevations occur from student member to member, or member to senior member to fellow, Your diamond will automatically update. It does not require any effort on your part, and that's because of the real-time integration with our backend systems. All members who belong to the organization are automatically affiliated with the IEEE section, and we're pleased to report that we provide a very convenient gateway to the IEEE section. I'll speak more to that momentarily. Your profile is automatically updated with affiliations within the organization, such as society membership, your technical communities. And again, there's no work on your part. This is automatically managed for you, and every member has the ability to customize their visibility and determine which information that they want to make available on the platform, including a members only option to be visible just to other IEEE members. When we built Collabratec, we built it to be GDPR compliant and allow our users to control how much of their information is visible on the platform and how wide, whether it's open to all, open to just users of Collabratec, or open just to IEEE members. IEEE is a global organization. We have 300 plus locally organized sections, the Bangalore section being one of them. We have over 3,000 student branches, thousands of affinity groups around the world. So as you might imagine, trying to bring this all together and personalize it to each of our members worldwide is no small task. But in the spirit of serving our members and providing them the most personalized experience that we can offer, it's certainly what we owe our membership. I referenced before the My IEEE Gateway. I would highly recommend that you acquaint yourself with that. And if you're not logged in, you can access that from the upper right-hand corner. I'm using my account here. And you'll see the My IEEE link right at the top. Now, if a non-member logs into the platform and selects My IEEE, they will be provided a list of the benefits of IEEE membership. This will automatically activate to become the section gateway once that individual joins IEEE. Within that section gateway, numerous information. Who's new within the section, events that are being sponsored locally by the section as well as nearby conferences, individuals who are posting on Collabratec from the section, the volunteer leadership from the section, recognition and elevation when they occur. Always important that we recognize our members for their accomplishments and their elevations, and those, as of recently, who have earned badges on IEEE Collabratec for their participation on the platform. This one area alone is packed with opportunities for connection locally, networking locally, and it is personalized to every member worldwide. I'm logging in as myself, so my local section is what shows here. If you're in Bangalore and you were to log in, you would see the Bangalore section and then all of the information related to that. We have integrated the IEEE membership directory seamlessly into Collabratec. The membership directory is within itself an opt-in service, meaning that every member has the decision on whether they want to be opted into the member directory. What we reveal in Collabratec is only those members who have opted in. And to be totally compliant with GDPR, as some of you may be aware, a couple years ago, IEEE took the decision to apply GDPR privacy across this entire operation, not just in different parts of the world. We respect that privacy, and that too is reflected in Collabratec. Pleased to report that we have a great deal of participation in the membership directory, and it provides a very robust service to those that use it. If you notice on the left-hand side, there is navigation around the platform so that you can go in within the membership directory and search and filter. Now, if you're not an IEEE member, you will not see that filter on the left-hand side. It's only when you become an IEEE member that that filter for the IEEE membership directory appears. So again, IEEE Collabratec is very smart. It knows our members or non-members are on the platform, and as such, provisions services accordingly. Recognition of being an IEEE member is very important. It's core to the mission of the organization and all that we are as a membership organization. What we have done is very convenient for members that when they access their profile, that they can select the certificates column and they can download directly from the certificates their membership certificate, as well as certificates for other affiliations with IEEE, our society memberships. As an example is shown here, the Consultants Network membership. And you can download these directly from the platform. They are updated automatically every year. So when you renew your membership for the following year, a new certificate will automatically be available for download. Recently, with the advent of badges available on Collabratec, we have integrated that as well. So that if you go to the next tab over to badges, it will provide a summary overview of the badges that you've earned on the platform with the ability to share those badges out or to post them on other networks. Just to share, I would like to share this story with you, and this was based on some conversations with a couple student volunteer leaders a couple weeks, who told me that it was involvement with IEEE in their Collabratec profile that they secured a job because they were able to present this information about their affiliation with IEEE and their activities in their portfolio with their job application. And that was a determining factor for them securing that position. So this is vitally important for our members to distinguish themselves when they are candidates for positions, that they can very easily pull this profile, include it in their application for employment. We provide enhanced capabilities with community and collaboration in Collabratec for our IEEE members. There are communities in Collabratec that are specifically available just to IEEE members, and that's automatically gated based on one's status. We also provide enhanced workspace privileges. So members can own up to 30 workspaces, and they can have up to 300 participants per workspace. And what I've done there is just compared that to what non-members receive. So we have really provided a premium experience for our members. And again, this is all automatically managed through the platform. Mentoring partnerships and opportunities are available as well through IEEE. This is a totally voluntary program where members can go in and determine if they want to be a mentor, and they can activate their mentor status accordingly and their preferences on the platform. And mentees can then search and locate mentors who may match their interests. So if you see you see the mentors tab is available under the people part of the navigation. And as a mentee, you can go in and search and filter and find a prospective mentor. And then if you do, using the network feature, you're presented two options. If that individual is a mentor, you can either connect with them or you can initiate a request to be a mentor with them. If there is acceptance, once that partnership is established, Collabratec will automatically provision for the mentor and the mentee for them to share dialogue back and forth with each other, share files, anything that's important for advancing that mentoring partnership. I want to switch now a little bit to the IEEE Badge Challenge, provide an overview of the Badge Challenge. As I've mentioned before, the basic badging capability on Collabratec is already built. Any community on Collabratec can have a badging component to it, so that if the Bangalore section community would like to have a badge associated with participation in that community, that can be configured. This badge challenge is specific to a worldwide large-scale effort to get members worldwide involved. And when we launched this, I should say, it was really envisioned to really mobilize the membership worldwide. What we've come to discover during the pandemic is it served another vital and very important role. And it's really to keep our members and really inspire them to stay involved during this very difficult time. So what was envisioned originally as an opportunity to engage our members worldwide for fun, which it is, it's still fun, what we found during the pandemic is it served another vitally important role. And that was really to keep our membership connected, give them an opportunity of fun diversion despite all of the calamity around us. Very quickly, the Badge Challenge is a 3-part series. There's 3 badges that are associated with this series. The first badge is the Discover Badge, which is the blue badge with a telescope. And really, it's open to all engineering and technology professionals. You do not need to be an IEEE member to participate in the Badge Challenge. However, our members who receive the badge will be entered into special drawings related to incentive prizes. So again, in the spirit of being an open community to the profession, non-members can participate. However, our IEEE members will be entered into special ones they earn the badge. The time frame is all of 2020 to participate in the Badge Challenge. Even though the Discover Badge ended last week, there are 2 more badge opportunities that are coming throughout the year, the Connect Badge and the Collaborate Badge. And then at the end of the challenge, we will likely reopen the Discover Badge for those who didn't have the opportunity to earn it. Our commitment here is to be as flexible as possible, especially during the COVID-19 period, recognizing that the difficulty that everybody is having, and we truly do want participation on a global scale when it's most convenient and works for our members. The recognition is automatically conferred once an individual goes through the Badge Challenge. They will, a series of tasks, it will automatically confer them the badge. Again, very exciting. If some of you have seen the testimonials of our recipients of the badge, they have had a very fun time. They've learned a lot about IEEE through the process of earning the badge. And you may have seen some of these testimonials out on social media already. There's no shortage of individuals within Region 10 who have earned this badge, and really in India. And if you need more guidance or information about the Badge Challenge, I will be very happy to connect you with some of our volunteer lead ambassadors within India who have been very involved with raising awareness about the challenge. For the first time in running this Badge Challenge at such a global scale, I'm pleased to report that we did have over 600 recipients of the IEEE Discover Badge. As you might imagine, running something of this scale was new to all of us. Certainly made a lot more challenging with our entire team working remotely. Launching during the global pandemic added an extra wrinkle of complexity. Nonetheless, we persevered through an extraordinary support network of those behind the challenge making it happen, and really an unparalleled effort of our volunteer ambassadors worldwide who stepped in and helped motivate the membership, provide them guidance, and again, I'm pleased to applaud our volunteers, ambassadors who helped make this happen. Student members, take a look at, when we look at the Badge Challenge as well as Collabratec, we see that our student members are very active on the platform. This chart, what you're seeing here is that different platform services can be offered. Usage of the platform, different features are used. And what this chart shares with you is that the student membership for the month of May was very highly engaged. And this in large part was driven by their participation in the Discover Badge. Some of the testimonials I've provided here, the feedback that our members received in participating in the Badge Challenge and going after the Discover Badge. They are here for you to read. This is only 3. There have been dozens of testimonials that have come in, but in short, the time committed to doing this was found to be very rewarding, and the testimonials speak for themselves. So in summary, I would just like to reinforce that Collabratec is the only platform that unites our global technical community, both globally as well as locally, all integrated in a one-stop hub convenience. Non-members are welcome to sign up to the platform and participate. Members have exclusive premium level services. They're listed there below. And there are badging opportunities that recognize their members and non-members for that matter for their participation and their contributions. As Puneet opened up earlier on, there is a community for the section. This was launched a couple years ago. I believe Puneet has an interest in really reinvigorating this community to bring together the members of the Bangalore section and to engage them and to benefit and participate in all that the section as well as Collabratec has to offer. I will close out with this one slide, which is additional support. There is a very robust user guide available, and it's accessible at the URL that's shown. And then we have an extraordinary team of team members who will provide support. There's some staff members mentioned there, and please, I apologize for the typo I see in Natalie's email address, as well as several volunteer ambassadors from India. And I cannot speak much about the volunteer ambassadors. They are there, they know the platform inside and out, and provide an invaluable resource to the members of the Bangalore section in India at large. So with that, Puneet, that concludes my remarks. I hope it's been informative, and we'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. It's really very exhaustive. I would like to request all the participants, if you are having any questions, please type in the Q&A window. So please type your questions in the Q&A window. John, I'm having one question. Already the IEEE Badge challenge is over and Discover is over. Second one we have. Just that it is mandatory. Challenge. Any point see from participation is not as encouraging as I was expecting. So directly participate.
So Puneet, I'm sorry, but your audio is breaking up on my end. I'm not sure if that's on my end or in general, but I will try to respond. The badge series is a three-part series consisting of 3 badges: the Discover, Connect, and Collaborate badge. The Discover badge basically came to an end last week, and then we'll be moving on to the Connect badge that's coming up next. So we'll be launched roughly in the August timeframe. So there's plenty of opportunity still to participate in the badge challenge. And then what we will likely do is toward the end of the year is we will reopen and make the Discover badge available again.
Okay, thank you. So we can participate directly in the Connect Badge challenge.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Then another question I wanted to know, suppose as a section we want to run any challenge, then use this Collabratec platform, and if yes, how we can leverage that?
Well, there's perhaps a number of ways. Since the section has its own community, or it's going to be launching its own community, you certainly could have a badge that's associated with participation in your community. And then those who participate in the community through a series of steps, and that that can all be worked out as far as the journey. You can then recognize the members for their participation, and non-members for that matter, who participate in the Bangalore section community. So independent and aside of the larger IEEE Badge challenge, if the section wanted to launch a challenge within its own community, it could have its own badge and then execute accordingly.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. So I can see few questions are there. So I would like to take one by one. Is there any provision to have the student chapter completion in native language? Right. This is the first question.
Please reread that question again.
Is there any provision to have the student chapter competitions in native language?
Well, let me separate separate the issues. I want to separate the one, can Collabratec accommodate different languages? And the answer is that is the yes. As far as the platform, people can post and reply in different languages. Now, that is part and parcel different than launching a separate challenge that's targeting a specific, it would depend on what that challenge is. The existing capabilities around participation in the tool set that's available with Collabratec. If there's a different type of challenge that's being offered, that's a coding challenge or anything like that, that's a very different type of backend that's required to manage that. So I'd be happy to entertain and learn more about the question. It's just we have to understand that there's different types of challenges that are happening, coding challenges like extreme or whatnot, and that requires a different type of backend to facilitate that, independent of whether it's multilingual.
Good. So I can go to the next question.
Yes.
Okay. Some of our team members were looking forward to have a training specifically designed for how to conduct a mega or international scale event planning. Kindly enlighten on the same. I think everybody wants to use now Collabratec platform to organize events. So they wanted to know how they can go ahead with that.
Well, my recommendation is you investigate the workspaces capability on Collabratec. Any user of Collabratec can create a workspace. And if they want to form a team around coordinating a conference, setting up a conference, start with a workspace, create a workspace. Each individual who creates a workspace has the options of whether they want that to be public or they want it to be private, if they want it to be open for anybody to join, or if they want it to be invitation only. So I would recommend explore the workspaces capability, and if there's a desire to have some deeper training on that, I'd be happy to bring that back to the team, and we can provide some training specifically around workspaces.
Yeah. And John, I'm having one question. You have mentioned about this mentor and mentee network using Collabratec. So just wanted to know, this mentor and mentee network means mentors will be from across globe. And can you tell me the numbers, exact number, how many mentors they have joined? Because that will tell the students, those who have joined, those who are looking at, and especially young professionals as well, whether they can get a real mentor whom they can have a one-to-one discussion and they will be benefited for their professional career.
Sure. At present, there's about 1,500 mentors on the platform.
And they are from across globe.
Around the globe, yes. And there's about 500, in excess of 550 partnerships.
Oh, very good. So students especially and young professionals, I would like to encourage you to join this mentor and mentee network of Collabratec, because you can get the real experts across globe, and is my firm belief that you will be definitely benefited. And in Bangalore section also, we are trying to have such kind of network. I will encourage all our mentors to join this, and so that it becomes a real global platform where anyone can become a mentor to anyone and anyone can become a mentee of any mentor. So that will be really good.
Yes, I will just call out that if individuals are interested in becoming a mentor, you would activate that preference on Collabratec. You would go into your preference settings, and you'll see an option for career services. And once you select that option, that's where you actually activate your interest in being a mentor.
Yeah, true. John, before taking any other question, we are having Ramkrishna Kapagatnu sir also. Sir, would you like to provide some more specific details on IEEE MGA activities which can be benefited for our members, because it is very rare opportunity to have you on board and have a direct session with you. So if you can throw some lights on that, it will be really helpful for our members.
Thank you, Puneet. I think this is on Collabratec. I think what I suggest to the guys and what you should publicize is that Collabratec platform itself will pave way for wider opportunities for volunteers and members to engage with IEEE, and it would definitely build many career opportunities or educational opportunities in the way for them as a student or a young professional. Okay, and especially the new initiative brought up by MGA staff lead John Day is his initiative is very good, and excellent response has been received for the first stage, the IEEE Badge challenge, and definitely the other stages also will receive. And with that, in fact, this badge journey will be helpful in many ways for how the way people want to use it. Suppose Bangalore section got, say, 100 people got badges. So those badges, maybe the students or members or senior members, what you can do them is you can give them some discounts or some awards or some rewards, somewhere there. So they'll be encouraged and engaged in more activities. And in the current situation, I foresee, at least in this entire year, for abroad travel or anywhere travel within the country also, it is very difficult and risky. So getting engaged virtually is the only way. And for that, uh, we want to run some competitions that we have already been doing in India level, India Council level, and section level, to engage the young minds in this direction. And what I feel is uh, not exactly like this, because the time will be less to talk about various things. I wanted to discuss and with our MGA board and ask the regions if they are interested to have a sessions with each of these chairs of committees, like Student Activities Committee or YP chair, the global I'm talking about. So along with the staff support, I think we can do a better job. I think we have several committees, including A&A is there, awards is there. I think all these things we can arrange probably each month, one. Uh, I think that would be a better opportunity to interact and get more info apart from the online, what you are going to get it, I think. But whatever it is, I really appreciate Bangalore section. We have been engaging the members with almost daily webinars, I think, and in different categories of technical areas. You have been doing a great job, and I
Yeah, thank you,
congratulate
sir.
you. And okay,
Yeah, so we are doing really on daily basis, and we are happy to inform you that now it has become a national platform. It is not only from Bangalore section members are joining. I'm really happy to say the feedback from the other section members also. They are also getting benefited. So that is more important. We are not creating any boundary. We are, in fact, this session is also live on Facebook. So anywhere throughout world, anybody wants to attend, they can attend and get benefited. And we will
this
be
is
definitely taking up your advice that per month we can have one MGA committee chair or staff, as well as a staff member, and they can talk about admission and advancement awards, YP, WIE, as well as life member things.
that,
So that, yes,
I need to talk. I need to talk to the respective chairs. Maybe I'll send a mail across
yeah,
in committees if it is possible. And not only by Bangalore, anywhere, wherever it is organized, anyone can join. It should be only information should pass through all the sections and
yes,
members. So
yes.
that will be. I'm planning to write to our board. Is it possible we can go that way? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
And
will
anyway,
be front
I
runner in
and
hosting all those things.
and, uh, and people who can really help John. John has done a great job, I'll tell you, and you should definitely take a lot of. He's a silent innovator, I can tell. He does a lot of things, and he doesn't really come forward to talk about those things much unless we pressurize. Please share with us the information, how we could do, how we can participate, how like you have projected, you asked like the bad challenge and all, what are the opportunities, how we see. Unless you ask, people will not answer. But John is an ocean of information he has, and I really appreciate his initiatives, and let us all join hands to give a big applause for him. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, definitely. That's why we contacted John. We were knowing that John is the best person to talk about Collabratec because he was involved from the very, very beginning, and he has nicely covered it. Now, quickly, we will go to the next question, sir. There is a question is being asked from our student activities chair, Raghavendra Prasad. He's asking, can we have mentor-mentee assigned between high-performing and low-performing student branches? So, John, whether it is possible? If yes, how it can be done?
Well, the way the mentoring program is established on Collabratec is really on an individualized basis, an individual. It's not organized around an organization unit per se. Now, if there's interested in sharing best practices, in connecting volunteers with other volunteers, I could bring to your attention there's a community on Collabratec called the IEEE Volunteer Exchange. That community is in place right now. And if there are student branches who would like to share their best practices, you're more than welcome to do so there. And then for those branches who would like to learn best practices or volunteers from those branches, they could join that community and glean insight from that community. So the mentoring program, as it's developed now, is on an individual basis, as an individual person to person, a peer to peer. If you're going from, for example, best practices from an organization unit to another, I would steer you in the direction of the volunteer exchange community.
Thank you, John. Another question is being asked, how do we get to know fellow society members, especially when a section has few members for a society and hardly any activities happen in the section?
Well, if you want to find other members from your society within your section, I'd recommend using the membership directory and the advanced filtering that's provided with it. If you go to the people area of the platform and then the membership directory, you can filter on individuals from your section that belong to a particular society. So you're immediately presented with individuals there. As far as taking it to the next level in activities, that's, as we know with IEEE, that's often a function of individuals initiating activities. If you want to know what's going on already in your section as it relates to events and activities, I would steer you toward the My IEEE Gateway, and you will see a listing of events that are listed there. That will include local conferences. It would include section events that are happening. And of course, all of that information is fed by the IEEE Conferences database as well as vTools. So for our volunteers who are publishing their event in vTools, it will automatically feed into Collabratec and be there for the members to discover.
Okay, John, I'm having a supplementary question because we'll be issuing e-notices. So whether any possibility is there for whatever content is there in the e-notice, at least subject line, whether can be shown in the Collabratec community of a particular section? Automatically the way it is done for vTool?
Yeah, that integration is not present in place, but I'll take that back to the team to look at that. As a proxy, however, there would be nothing that would prevent the section from copy and pasting its e-notice into the Bangalore section community once you get that up and going. And once it's posted in the community, it basically will alert everyone who belongs to that community and push that out to people who belong to that community.
Yeah, that is true. I was just thinking it is kind of some feed, whether when as soon as e-notice shoots out, it can be integrated with Collabratec as well. But that is good. At least vtool is there, so we will try to use vtool update, and then it can be shown in the Collabratec.
Sure.
Yeah. Great. So I'm seeing a lot of questions which is not related to your talk, but they are asking me whether certificates will be issued and the recording of the webinars will be shared. So I just wanted to inform all the participants that IEEE Bangalore section owns a YouTube channel. Until now, whatever webinars have been conducted, they all are available in our YouTube channel. And this webinar also will be available tomorrow by this time to our section YouTube channel. So if you want to access, revisit the slides, you have to go to YouTube channel and you can access it. We are not going to send you any individual slides. Please remember, you have to go through again those YouTube channels and you have to go through again those presentations. Then you will get all the information. So that is valid not only for this presentation, whatever presentations we have done till now, they all are available to our YouTube channel. You can go and access that. As far as certificates are concerned, I don't know why you people need certificates, because it is the information and knowledge which is more important than certificates. But yes, we are getting a lot of requests. We are working on that so that automatically certificates also can be generated the moment you join this webinar. So please give us some time. We are trying to work on that. Otherwise, individual certificates issuing itself is a big task. You can assume that we are trying to get speakers from various fields and experts. They are coming and giving their talks, so this itself take a lot of effort. If we will involve in issuing certificate, that is another cumbersome task for us. But be patient, we will be giving you, because I am seeing a lot of requests, and especially in the COVID-19 everybody wants to have this certificates. We will be giving you, but please give us some time. Thank you. And questions, if you are having any, we will take it again. Otherwise, we are only 5 minutes left with our session, and we will close to this session. I will go to the chat window as well. Sometimes people will write there. So John, most of the people, they are very happy with your presentation. So they are sending me messages that excellent presentation, excellent webinar. Thank you. Very nice session. This kind of messages are there. That shows that how nicely you have summed up this whole presentation. And I also want to share you that we had 150 plus participants. Still, we are having 130 participants at our platform. So that shows that how important topic we have covered.
Well, thank you, Penny, and I'm sincerely flattered and humbled by the response, and certainly thankful to you and the broader audience for the opportunity to provide this information.
So thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, John, for sparing your time and expertise with us. I would also like to thank Ramakrishna sir again for joining us this wonderful session.
A pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So we will be ending this session on time, and tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m., we'll be meeting with another expert. And again, very, very important thing that for each session, you have to register separately, because this time we are using WebEx registration facility. So if you are thinking that only one registration is valid for all, it will not happen. If you want to attend this tomorrow's session, you have to register again for tomorrow's session, and similarly for the day after tomorrow as well. So please join individually.
Puneet,
So that,
Puneet,
yes, sir.
I have a suggestion, Puneet, that every speaker like this, we are arranging webinar. you give them a feedback of maybe a paragraph or two, telling that what is the value of it and how much the section and audience benefited, like including the feedback what you have given, highlights of it, and so that it's not only encouraging, he can repeat the things in other places. Not only this, any other speaker also. Okay, try to give from section. Maybe somebody can draft a good message. I mean, draft from one of the audience who are good. Okay, they can draft a reply and send it through you to the speaker. That will be very nice.
Sure, sir. Definitely, we will take this feedback and we will send the same, and we will start implementing this session onwards. Thank you. Thank you very much for your feedback, sir. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, friends. Good night. Tomorrow we will meet again at 7 p.m.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Thank you.
When you have time, let us talk, if possible, maybe tomorrow or today also. It's okay. If you find time, just send a connect. We'll talk for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. It may not be today, but certainly tomorrow.
Thank you. Very nice of you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Have a good day, John.
Thank you.
Bye.